Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of your philosophy journey. This is week 6, and today we're diving into normative ethics. Ever wondered, what should we do, or how should we live? Well, that's what normative ethics is all about. It's like a moral compass that helps us figure out what's right and wrong. Now, one of the big players in normative ethics is utilitarianism. So let's break it down. What is utilitarianism? Utilitarianism is all about one thing, the greatest happiness principle. Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill, two heavyweights in philosophy, developed this idea. In simple terms, they believe that the good life is one that brings the greatest happiness to the greatest number of people. So how does it work? According to the greatest happiness principle, actions are morally right if they increase happiness and reduce suffering. And happiness here is pretty broad. It's about pleasure, well-being, and the absence of pain. This was a game changer back in the 19th century, shifting from religious and traditional morals to a more scientific approach to ethics. A key feature of utilitarianism is that it's a form of consequentialism. This means that the morality of an action isn't about the action itself or the intentions behind it, but its outcomes. In other words, what really matters is the result, whether the action produces more good than harm. Let's break this down a bit more. First, consequences are key. In utilitarian thinking, if an action leads to the greatest amount of happiness for the most people, it's considered morally right, even if the action itself seems questionable. For example, some utilitarians argue that redistributing wealth through taxation is morally right because it results in greater happiness for society, even if it limits the freedom of a few. Second, the ends justify the means. This phrase captures a core idea of utilitarianism. The morality of an action depends entirely on whether it leads to a good outcome. If the result maximizes happiness or reduces suffering, then the action is justified, even if the process involves tough decisions. This raises important ethical debates, especially in politics, healthcare, and economics, where difficult trade-offs are often required. Another interesting aspect of utilitarianism is quantifying happiness. Bentham believed that happiness could be calculated by assessing the intensity, duration, and overall impact of pleasure or pain caused by an action. This attempt to treat happiness as something measurable makes utilitarianism unique, though it also opens up criticism. Can we really measure happiness accurately? Can we predict the outcomes of our actions perfectly? Utilitarianism isn't just an old theory, it has real-world applications today. Think about public health policies where governments might restrict certain freedoms to protect the greater good, like during a pandemic. This is utilitarian thinking in action. So there you have it, a quick dive into utilitarianism and the greatest happiness principle. Keep these ideas in mind as you explore ethical dilemmas and make decisions in your own life. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.